welcome. How to be fabulous. It's a statement. We don't need to welcome. Season 1, episode 1. You better stay tuned because this is the best 15 minutes of your life. Every week, hopefully. Right, John?
Yep.
Okay, so maybe you need to know who we are.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you go first.
I'm Jonathan Hoover, and I'm a Toronto photographer. I also work for Lisa here at George C. Toronto.
Lisa.
Work with, yes. There we go. And yeah, this is our new YouTube channel, How to Be Fabulous.
We just thought about this for how many years?
A little while.
Well, maybe not years, but definitely it's been on the radar because no one talks about how to be fabulous.
No, and I think it's such a simple thing, whether it's, finding that right piece or the right accessory to go with something.
Fabulous is a mood, it's an identity,
Yeah.
it's a sense of yourself, and that's what you have to remember. You can't buy it, you have to own it. We're going to show you how to own it, and that's what it's going to be about.
Yeah,
I
all
think,
about
right?
Well, that and empowerment and finding,
Yes.
Your best self through fashion or art or beauty or whatever it may be.
Because as you can see, I'm the older equation in this duo, right? But it's not about age.
Yeah, no, it's not about age. It's not about income. It's just how to be your best self.
Always.
Always.
And how to stay positive and in
Yes.
tune. And I think that's going to be our message.
Mhm.
So,
Should we talk about how we met?
oh my God.
Do you want to get into this story, or?
What's your version?
I feel mine's the Coles notes, so maybe you should give yours.
Okay, my version is I had an accessory line and I was looking at putting together a lookbook because, of course, I'm in New York with a major retailer. I'm triple the age of the buyer, and the first thing she says to me is, "What's your website? Where's your lookbook?" I'm like, okay, I gotta step back and need to reintroduce my brand. So I was looking for a photographer and a makeup artist that I was doing a shoot with as a stylist, mentioned Jonathan to me. So I emailed him, we set up a meeting, and he came in and he was, it was warm, it was summer, and he had obviously been working. He was a little rushed, and I'm like, okay, we talk about the jewelry, we talk about his fees, and I'm like, oh, where are you off to, or where have you been? I can't remember. And he's like, well, work. And I'm like, well, what do you do? And he's like, well, I'm a photographer and I work part-time at Starbucks. And I just thought, after our incredible hour of fashion chat, I'm like, oh my God, you need to be here.
Yeah.
Forget making coffee. Come and have a coffee here. And that's how we sort of
no, she scooped me out of Starbucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great job
This
when
is a
I was
true story, by the
in
way. We're not
university,
making it up.
but the more we talked, the more I could see where we would fit in
You had
together.
no retail
and
experience?
No, zero.
But
And what was George's reaction to that
George
too?
is like, you hired? I mean, I went home that night and he's like, you hired a photographer with no retail experience, because we were looking for a salesperson that obviously had some experience in our field. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just sometimes I think if you understand and you are knowledgeable in anything that's art driven, whether it be fashion, art, photography, food, it's about having a passion and believing in what you're doing, whether it's your 9-to-5 job or whether it's your 5 to midnight, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Place yourself in a zone where you really enjoy and where you learn. And I think you were eager to learn.
Yeah.
And we, as a business and with our clients, that's what we love. We love people that are interested in learning, growing with something obviously that's artistic.
Yes.
Whether it be, fashion or just the visual of everything that you sort of deal with every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we've said too much?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
Okay.